Oh, hello. Hello, hello. Oh, how's it going? Happy. Wait, what day is it? Why does everything have to be happy insert day here? Why can't you just say hello like a normal person, Dan? Hi, there we go. Job done. Is the camera moved? All right, well, this is going to be interesting. Da, da, da. We will see where this goes today. Right, I should have music. Oh, hello, Andrea and Kerry. Anyone else lurking? We gotta have a lurker. Right. Yeah, we'll record the screen just in just in case this turns out to be good, usable. Right, let's get you going. Bosh. Right, where is chat? Chat is there. Music is playing. Hopefully you can't hear it. If you can hear it, I've screwed up. Right, pen display, stylus. We should be good. Right, today we're going to try something completely different. Probably the furthest thing outside my comfort zone alongside, well, probably not alongside, but very close to plumbing or being an electrician or being remotely useful. So, hey, Paul. So we're going to do some painting. And I'm not a painter. I've done a few pieces that I shared in the Discord. I mean, some you guys seem to think they're okay. But the ones that turned out good were the ones where I kind of sat there for hours. Hey, Nick. And plugged away at it just for hours and hours. And I was eventually able to get something that I was kind of happy with. Whereas if you said to me now, Dran? Who's Dran? God, these headphones are so good. I can't even hear my own voice. I'm probably just talking nonsense. If you said, Dan, draw a cat, it would probably be something like this. And you'd laugh at me and say, who the hell is this clown? So I'm not the best when it comes to drawing out my head. So what we're going to do is, this is going to be more of a technical competency test. So what I'm going to draw, if I just copy it over, I've got this on another screen. Well, not draw, paint. Try and paint is this. And I just saw this online. It might be AI generated. It was from a YouTube video with some cool music. And I was like, that looks really cool. And it's set in the bar flipping high. Is my version going to look as good as that? Probably not even close. But we're going to see. I actually have no idea how this is going to go. It's going to be 2 hours and it'll turn out right, or 2 hours and everyone could just laugh at me and it'll be really funny. So that is the goal. Ooh, no pressure. Yeah, the infographic we did before took 2.5 hours and that turned out okay. But this is something else entirely. So that is the plan. Here we go indeed. No, well, that's very kind of you, Andrea, but I think with me, I always look at other people's work and I set the bar very high. So whether I'm shooting B-roll or making a YouTube video or whatever, I always look at people who are like the best and I'm like, I want to be that good. So when I say my drawing, my painting isn't good, I'm setting the bar high. So that's what I mean. Yeah. Honestly, Andrea, like, I mean, I don't care. This is going to go one way or the other. But and we'll have a good time. We'll have a good time, and I'll have a good time, and maybe we'll learn something. I don't know. But oh, I was going to say something. I totally forgot. Totally forgot what I was going to say. Just tell you what I'm head. But oh, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, this is literally one of those things where like doing the infographic before was like still design. I know how to design. so it's fine. It's like taking a leap, but you've got some safety net, you've got some guardrails to help you. This is quite literally just taking a leap of faith, and we're going to just see what the hell happens. I've not done something like this for years at this point. But I'm going to use my current skill set and see if we can apply it. So here we go. Right, first things first, I'm going to work in black and white because the color can be added after. So this is my reference. And I think first of all, I don't want to do too much line work because this is going to be very block painting driven, but I do just want to make sure that I just very loosely map in the face, the structure of the face, just so I at least know that if I screw everything else up, the head is going to be in the right position. And do we do other facial feature? I don't know. Maybe we'll just do shape of the eyes. We don't want to get too into the line work, apparently, according to someone on YouTube and ChatGPT. So I could have sat down and watched like 10, 20 videos on this, but I kind of wanted to go in a bit more unprepared. Eyes are different sizes, but that doesn't matter. So let's just... Oh, this is going to be flipping hard. We should take votes. Do you think this is I'm gonna pull this off, or do you think it's gonna look awful? What do you reckon? Right, so we got a neck there, and we got shoulders there, and then whatever that is, and then we got neck sort of down here. And then just the nose. We're just going to mark that there, so I've got an idea of where the nose goes. Just so I get the positioning right. I might do the little diamond thing. Yeah, I might ignore that. We'll see. I'll see how I feel. And then hair, we're going to block all that in. Eyebrows, we'll leave that. Leave them. We don't want to get too into it. All right, is there a quick keyboard shortcut to switch to the eraser tool? Because I never used... I know I can do the eyedropper tool, but I never used the eraser tool ever. So to be able to switch to it from the brush tool might be quite handy. Or maybe we don't care. Maybe we just keep painting. That is that you just keep going forward. Eraser tools backwards. I'm using a PC or tablet. Right, so I'm on a MacBook Pro, and I've got a pen display connected. Going to listen to Claire Obscure Expedition 33 soundtrack. Which one game of the year? Which one? Loads of awards, actually. Yeah, well, me neither, Nick. Not really. I think the only advantage I've got with this, that is probably the reason I'm even attempting it, is because a lot of stuff I use, and this is what I teach in the masterclass especially, and Raquel knows this, it's all brush tool centric. So the brush tool is used correctly, incredibly powerful. Right, let's take the Fitbit off. We don't need that. And so my logic is, well, I can do photo manipulation, so let's try and use some of those techniques for this. So we got a sketch. It's a scary bit now. Got to get rid of that. That's my reference there. God, flipping heck. All right, sketch. We'll drop that down really low, just enough that I can see it. We'll lock it. Ugh. Right, the background. We're going to make that 50% grey. And brush-wise, I've got some here. These are a set of brushes from a guy called Imad Awan. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. On YouTube. And effectively the main brushes that he uses, this one is good. But you have your hard brush to block in big areas and big shapes. And then we have a soft one for shading and things that I don't really know what I'm talking about. So we'll just see. I'm going to try the Father Raw brushes because I think I've seen him use these two quite a lot. He does the YouTube videos and does like the speed art where you can kind of see the process. So I'm going to try and follow what he's done and block in colors. And we're doing this in black and white. Now this is a very, we're doing this in black and white first. So we probably don't want a grey background. That's probably not a good idea, is it, Dan? Because we won't be able to see anything. So let's start with white. And then the brush kind of looks like this. Oh, that's scary. Oh, there we go. So I guess first of all, we've got to block in some block shapes. God, this is utterly terrifying. Okay, I'm sure you'll tell me if I'm doing things wrong. Probably am. And we'll start to build up some colors soon as well. So where's the light? Light's down there. So let's build a few swatches up. And I've obviously got no real idea what I'm doing here, but we'll see where this goes. We can alter option click as well to sample colors. So we'll have a palette over here, but as we build this out, there will be more colors we'll just sample directly from this. So maybe a bit darker down here. And then block in there. That's the nose. Bridge of the nose. And for anyone who's just joined, I'm not an artist. I do not know what I'm doing, but we'll see what happens. There we go, Dan. Just keep moving the brush. Everything's fine. Right, I'm just going to block in. Maybe we're meant to just block in the main shapes. I don't know. There we go. There we go. Screw your nose. Ah, get rid of it. And then we will go a bit darker actually. So down here. And down here. Wouldn't this be hilarious if this turned out okay and we discovered that I can actually paint? That'd be so funny. I don't know what I'd do with myself. Maybe we could just probably leave some of that for now, because it's the face that I think the face is going to be where I want to spend most of the time. And then the hair. Hair is a bit all over the place from the looks of it. And pretty wild, crazy hair. So far, this is looking like a Swede, and that is totally fine. Get out, Dan. Oh, what are you doing? A different neutral shade that's not white makes it easier. So what, like a light grey, do you think? Would a light grey be better? Yeah, so I have a bunch of hairs coming out here. And then something coming down there. Okay, we'll go a little bit darker then. Maybe something like that. We'll try it. Because you're going to know far more than me about this. Right, this obviously looks awful. So what's the next move going to be? Block in. We block in the eyes? Just blocking in, I guess, at this point. Better. Okay. Right, this is where I sort of probably will get a bit unstuck. So I know we've got the soft brush for blending. So that is in the right place. So how do we then refine this? I guess we just have to... Ooh, let's change my eraser brush to the same one. That'd be good. So then I can... Eyes. I guess the eyes would be good. Eyes are always good, aren't they? So where are we going with that? So I mean, let's just block them in. That's where they're going to go. Yeah, this is definitely giving me AI vibes, this original one. I think the trick, apparently, so they say, is not to get too detail oriented or focus too much on the line work. So mostly just kind of blocking out colors and shades. So no, that's going to be shading. Let's... Do I switch to the other brush now? Let's try switching to the other brush and we'll see what on earth happens. So, got to get some darker bits. So there's going to be shading there around the eyes. Down here for the nose. Yeah, so that light, that shading is going to inform where the nose is. So I've got some there as well. This bit's a bit lighter here. Up onto the cheek. A little bit there. And darker up here. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't really have the steps. That's the thing I think is the scariest, if you want to put it that way, is I don't know the steps. And I'm just sort of using fragments of bits and pieces that I've learned. Probably zoom in actually. But I'm not exactly clear on the steps. Very dark around there. The eyes as well. So you've got some eyelinery bits going on there. No, we don't do too much line stuff. That all comes later, I think. Oh, Eli, Leo, remember to listen out for the door. Eli, you're right to take the cat in the lounge, please. Right. Oh, I've done the eyes the wrong colour. Hang on a second. Sorry, love. We've given you... You need to have white. Is it sclera? Let's go over that. Let's get that in there first. Probably should have done that before. It's going to be a lot darker around there. Right, so slightly lighter down here. God, flip that. This is hard. And then maybe block in. We got some darker. I don't know why I did the lips white. So the middle bit is gonna have a switch back to the other brush just to block some more stuff in, I think. Right. Well, at least it is looking human. Just yeah. So the mistake here, I was doing some shading, which should have been a bit more blocking some of the line work in. And the hairs, this is going to get a lot harder. funny artists make this look so easy. I mean, a lot of this I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just sort of trying my best to interpret this. We don't get to any of that stuff yet, apparently. Right. Right, I think the shape of the lips definitely needs refining a little bit. Oh, I've no idea how to do the eyes. Right, so still looks like a Swede with a face. So hmm. So what would you do? Do like uh, darken it around here? I want to define the chin a bit more. Should have done the hair a lot darker, I think. I'm just going for trying to mimic this. So what I'm seeing, trying to get as close to that as possible. That's the goal. So I've got my reference image off screen. The moment is the features, and I think getting like a more sort of feminine look. And I'm hoping if I just keep doing what I'm doing, I'll get to a point where I'll look at it and go, ah, something's clicking. The eyes are really off. Do I try the eyes again? Let me think. We'll see where it lands at the end. I got no idea. eyes. The eyes need work. It's just now which flipping brush to use. That's just so horrible. Oh dear. When I'm using like Photoshop and stuff, I'm so used to just knowing things, and then it's going back to shit. What do I do? At least I've got some very talented people here with me who can assist. Alright, where have I gone wrong with the eyes? Do I need to start blocking? Can I block with a smaller brush? I'm going to try something a bit... I'm going to save. I'm going to try something a bit radical. Let's get rid of the eye and start again. So... I'm going to block in the white first, because that is the main shape. And I'm going to ignore the original line work. So we're going to block that in. And then we've got the, I think it's like eyelid part, something. It's kind of hard to see. Not sure what it is, some like eyeshadow or something going on there. So let's block that in, because that's pretty prominent. And a smaller brush. Some of this. And then we've got this bit here for the eye, pupil, and then the white dot. Obviously the colouring here is totally off. So let's the eye, that's... Oh yeah, they're weird. You could definitely tell they're like AI eyes. So that's got a bit more colour. And that's a bit lighter. Oh, good lord. What the heck is that? How would I block in the eyes? Let's try something actually. Let's try. If I throw it in ChatGPT and just say, I'm struggling with the eyes. Let's see what it says. Yeah, so the shape's wrong. And the eye seems to be massive as well. Eyelids darker than eyeballs. Eyeballs more mid-tone. Eye socket. I totally missed out an eye socket. So where would that be in the... Oh, right. So maybe I should start with the eye socket. Didn't think of that. All right, let's just get rid of you. Go on, start again. So if we define what the eye socket to be, like, I don't know, this area here. I need a quick list. It's like giving me like an essay. It's like I just need something I can look at. eye socket shadow. Draw dark and above the eye. Upper lid, eyeball, lower lid. Good Lord. We're just going for whatever the reference image is. So probably we need eye sockets. Yeah, maybe we can just leave the eye sockets out and make it work. Right. Let's get rid of... Maybe we just go with one eye. Okay, just get rid of the eyes. Problem solved. Actually, like we were talking about the other day, Andrew, if I get rid of the eyes, the mouth and the nose doesn't look too bad. Like, there's potential there. That's funny. I'm going to eat my own words there. Okay. What the flippin' heck? What does an eye socket look like? Literally, yeah, this is an IKEA manual. What is an eye socket? God. Right, hang on. Never really paid attention to eye sockets before. It's terrifying. Right, so eye socket, obviously, Dan, is that area there that holds the eye. So let's build an eye socket first. There we go. Olive. Oh, okay. Right. ChatGPT thinks I'm using the wrong brush. So it says block in the eye socket. Okay, right. There we go. I'm going to bring my flow up for this brush. Yeah, where is the sketch? What is that other brush here? Maybe the hard round. Let's try that. Oh, this could be, yeah, this could be quite nice for blocking. I think, no, I think I've done the eye too low there, based on the sketch. So hard to get eye shapes right. So then the eyeball would be, no, where's the white bit then? Oh, this is flipping hard. feel like the eyes are one of those bits that can really make or break it. Yeah, I'm a bit stuck here. I don't know. I don't know how to paint an eye. Hmm. Just knowing what brush to use. Hmm. I'm like looking at the reference image. I'm trying to mentally dissect how it looks. Right, so the eye socket first. Yeah, I'm finding, start with imagining the skull. I'm finding it so hard. It's like just trying to wrap my head around, even just shading an eye socket is short-circuiting my brain for some reason. It shouldn't do really, because it's the same skills that I use for photo manipulation. I wonder if it's the brush. This pressure brush. Let me switch to the one I normally use. See if that's any easier. Because it should just be brushing in a dark shape. Oh, that's much nicer. There must be a brush setting on there one. I think it's like tapering or something. Oh shit. Oh, maybe I'll stick with mine. That's much nicer. Okay. Yeah, it's like softer and more gradual. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was the brush. What's the setting on the brush that was... I reckon it's shape dynamics. Let's go back to the other one. Soft and round. I reckon they got shape dynamics on. Yeah, shape dynamics. There we go. Watch this. Turn it off and on. So it kind of has that fine taper at the end, but it behaves. It changes how it behaves. Yeah. So that's a bit more like what I'm used to. Yeah, so the socket should be all around here. Like that. That's a bit better, isn't it? And then it just gets darker as you get towards the middle. That's much better. No, no, no. You sketch away. You any assistance is amazing. I think the thing that was throwing me off was the brush, the soft brush. That's a bit better. That's why I couldn't get my head around why it wasn't shading how I normally shade. The mouth and the nose isn't really in line. The nose is wonky. So we're gonna have to shift the nose. I wonder if we could just move it. Let's just try moving it and then I can adjust the shading. Maybe we could correct this. Every time I switch back to it, it changes the bloody shape dynamics. There we go. Slight bit of minor nose surgery. Switch back to the brushes I'm used to. So we'll try medium grey for the eye to get the placement right. Something a bit like this. Too much curve at the end, I think. If I can figure this out, I then just got to remember how I do it for the other side. Let's just break it down logically. Go back to the soft brush. Fill it with a soft grey. And we'll layer a darker grey over the top. Bit better? Oh, hello there. You want to go out? Go on then, you go out. Or do you just want attention? You want attention, don't you? You just hang out the door, yeah? You keep that door open. Yeah, just if they don't knock loud enough, you're gonna miss it. You just want to cuddle. Come on. Sucky, aren't you? It's cat cuddle time. Big goose, aren't you? You silly goose. Right. Let's zoom out. Well, it's definitely something. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we've got a baby here. Oh, big baby. Squish. He meows when it's time for attention. Don't you? You've been ignored for far too long, haven't you? Oh, man. Yeah, I feel like getting the eyes, the nose, and the mouth right is like the hardest bit, and it's the bit that will just like skin shading is probably a bit more similar to what I do in Photoshop normally, but getting the features of a human being, that's difficult, isn't it, Crumble? Right, the cuddles are over. Back to work. This is serious. I wonder if I could watch a video on eyes. Photoshop, digital painting, eyes. It's just the process. What's this? Yeah, it's so gradual. Oh, I think I sort of might see one of the big problems I've done is I've tried to black out the line work here. Hmm. No idea where the skull sits. God, fucking hell. Give me the nose and the lips any day. Crikey. Well, that is a better eye than the one on the left, but it's still not right. So I think nothing. So we'll go back to the eye socket, and I guess we'll just do this dance until something sticks. So the eye. Right, let's forget the big wings for the minute. Let's focus on the actual eye. Shut up, Crumble. This is serious. You've had your cuddles. Right, let's not do that. Let's. Yeah. Let's focus on the eye itself. Is that right? That's not even right, is it? No, it's not. What the flipping heck are you doing, Dan? You turnip. Your eyes don't have curly wings like that. Eyes, Dan. There we go. That's an eye. Fantastic. That's better. Right. We'll leave the air. Stop focusing on the makeup-y bits and all the wings and all that. Just do the eye. So we've got the shape of an eye. How do we not screw it up? Do we just block in a mid grey? So let's just block in the we got a shape, we got a normal looking eye. Do this one step at a time, we'll have undo at the ready. Right, we have an eye. Lovely eye. Right. Okay, right. So that is a socket and a base color for the eye. That's definitely an improvement, even though there's nothing there. So, oh God, eyelids. I didn't think about eyelids. Oh. Hmm. Lips. I've got an idea. Let's just ignore what ChatGPT said, and I'll just do whatever the hell just feels natural. Right, these are really big, so they come down quite low. Down here. I think this is better. Got a wing bit on there. And then let's try and shade the top like that, and then we'll go lighter color here and darker. But then it's still the shading, isn't it? So the shading is still, like, the eye is flat at the minute. So the shading, so we go back to the soft brush. We got to try and brush in. That's the wrong brush then. Some shading. Yeah, see, this is the bit that's more like Photoshop. Got to brush in some shading. Oh yeah, no, this isn't like a real. This is like a totally AI picture. Like normal people don't look like this. So I think applying a normal skull to this sort of kind of almost like anime-ish fantasy sort of style generation probably wouldn't necessarily work. Oh, it's just, it seems so simple when I break it down in my head. When I break down the steps. I wonder. I wonder. Ooh, let's try something clever. Let's see if I can use ChatGPT to generate the pictures of the steps. Generate the pictures for every step building up the eye. That could be quite handy. I'm struggling to dissect it. Normally with like a vector shape or something, you can look at it and go, oh, that's a curve, that's a this, that's a that, and sort of reverse engineer how to create it. But I'm looking at this eye and I just can't figure out. Yeah, I'm getting lots lots of brain errors. I can't reverse engineer it in my head, and when I'm trying here, it's slowly getting better than the right eye's better than the left for sure, but it's not really working. I don't know if GPT is going to actually do anything useful here. Let's have a look. Yes. Oh my goodness. Flipping heck. Stand corrected. Look at that. There you go. Got another use for AI. Learning. Okay. Let's try following this then. We'll see if this works. Right. Okay, so they're using that brush for the first one. So we're going to have to reset. Get rid of this eye. Sorry, eye. Be gone again. Bring back my eye socket. That was a good eye socket. If I get one eye done by some miracle, I'm copying and pasting it. Oh, I've gone a bit too dark with this, haven't I? Unless we just draw the eye on its own and plonk it in place. So something like this. Yeah, so it is just really laying in the line work for where it will go. That's okay. It's not quite step one, but it's my version of step one. This is where it's going to get tricky. How the heck do you go from that to that? Do we go in a bit lighter? How do we go to this? No, is it this one next? Down here. Yeah, it's this one. So then here we need a lighter grey. Try and block that. I'm drawing this on the same flipping layer. Okay. If I draw it over here and onto new layer, I can at least move it into place. And then this. Um, hmm. And then it's like a little bit lighter there. Sort of, and then a black blobbly bit there. So let's just try and move this into position. Oh yeah, we're too dark on the eye socket. Oh, this is so hard. I can't draw an eye. Let's rotate it a bit. Let's merge it and then we'll just carry on. Yeah, it did go very dark on that socket, actually. Oops. Right, so we're sort of getting somewhere. Sample this color. And we need an eye as well. An iris. Right, first of all, let's make this lighter. Make the inside of the eye lighter before we start laying down irises and things. And then we got the black. And that is quite dark, but then it's sort of grey as well. So let's try and brush in some grey. Then we need the pupil. And then obviously the little white dot, catch light. Flippin' heck. Wow, that is a big improvement. Way too of the angle is way too steep. Jeez, that is compared to the first one. Look at that. Ah, good on you, ChatGPT, and everyone else helping me. Thank you. Yeah, there's at least the look in the eye of something. She's got some badass intentions, and someone's in trouble. I hope it's not me. And she's got that look in the eye, rather than sort of looking a bit. Do you know what I mean? Like a bit derpy or anything. Like when I had the nose and the mouth out of line, it looked like a terrible Picasso. So right, and we can okay. Now if I rotate the eye, is the eye too big? Oh, can I copy and paste the eye? I really want to. Why did I not keep that on a separate layer, you flippin' idiot, Dan? Oh, I don't want to do it again. Although actually, to be fair, to eat my own words again, if I just keep doing it over and over, it should in theory get better. I think the hardest thing is knowing which. Well, the hardest thing is having no skill, but the hardest thing is knowing which brush to use. If it was like, oh, this is exactly the right brush I'm using with the right flow, the right settings, I can just keep smashing away at the same thing, knowing that like clearly it will get better. But it's constantly like, oh, am I using the right brush, the right flow, the right pressure settings? But then I don't know, maybe that's just all overthinking it. Maybe that's just making excuses, Danny boy. Maybe you just gotta shut up and get on with it. Yeah, see, like this. This is where some of the Photoshop stuff translates, because I'm looking at it going, well, these edges are a bit soft and a bit fluffy. And that's something that I always critique on photo manipulation. Right, I'm going to try and copy and paste it and just see what happens. We can all laugh at how terribly it's probably going to go. Kind of need to rotate it anyway. Maybe I can... Maybe there's a way. Maybe there's a way. We'll get rid of the other terrible eye. We'll blend this one in. So this eye is clearly awful. Let's... Oops, using the eraser tool. Good job, Dan. See you later, terrible eye. Huh. And then we have a new eye, which does not match, but that's fine. In fact, while we've got this editable, let's rotate it. And then let's duplicate it. We'll put it back over there. Now they're at the correct rotation. Let's turn these off. Get rid of... Sorry, we're going to have to get rid of this one again. There we go. Rushed eye socket. Put some eyes in. God dang! We've got an expression, and it's slightly more feminine, and looks kind of cool. That's good. We haven't got a Picasso. Right, now, just going to try and somehow blend all this crap in, not muck it up. Let's go back to my hard brush. I got the position right, actually. In fact, size, maybe we drop the size a bit. I feel like I made them a tiny bit too big. Have I got the position right? I think so. Yeah, I think they're central on the face. So yeah. I'm gonna keep a backup eye. There we go. Just in case things go wrong. We'll merge all that. And then we can just work directly on this again. Actually, no, I got a better idea. Let's use Photoshop to our advantage. We'll just get the levels. And we'll boost the highlights, maybe some of the mids a little bit, which should hopefully make blending a bit easier. There we go. And we can merge. Yeah, we'll just fade some of this out and Oh, there we go. Phew. Right, let's go back to the lips. I'm going to use my own brushes. Yeah, that's one thing it said is block in shapes. Don't try and draw line work. So, I wonder if I should have done the lips actually on a separate layer. Hey, Rocco. As well, doing it on one layer. This is flipping sketchy. No pun intended. I'm a 1,000 layer kind of guy. It's just getting those details right. So hard. This is a nice brush. Where I need the soft brush, I think. Ah, cheers, Nick. Catch you later. Darker. Yeah, let's get the nose shape coming in a bit. Eyes need work. But what do I do? um, let's try this. This might not work. Ah, there we go. It's quite strong actually, so we'll just boost the eyes a little bit. It's still not right there. Victoria. Yeah, it's flip. We're nearly at 2 hours now. We're nearly at 2 hours. And I don't know, I feel like now I'm at this stage with the eye. I feel like from what I've heard and read and listened to, that this is the point where you start adding the detail. I don't know what to add. Yeah, it's so hard to like just know what's wrong, or do I go and like refine bits or get rid of some of this, or like clean up some of the sort of scrappiness of it all. You got the dark bit around the eye. What do I do with that? Do we thin it down a bit? Or... yeah, actually that looks a bit better. I actually don't know. Maybe I just got to screw around until I get something looking better. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Maybe the black lines around the edges are too bright. Sorry, too dark, too heavy, maybe. It's one of those things that, yeah, even as I'm thinning this out here, this black bit around the eye, I forget what it's called. Just thinning this out, it's like, oh, that is looking better. I did a lot in 2 hours. Do you think so? I got no idea, to be honest. The shading of the eye, though. This colour here, it's too flat. It almost needs like a vignette on it. I wonder if I can select just this bit. And then I was going to use, let's just try an adjustment layer just to see. So we'll darken it. And then we'll stick a brush in the middle. Not that brush, soft brush. So it just goes from flat to slightly shaded, or I feel like that looks weird. Don't know. Maybe it needs to go darker than that, I don't know. And the eye's not big enough. Oh, this is so flipping hard. Oh, I can see it getting marginally better as well. We get slowly getting there with it. Eye needs to be bigger and come a bit lower. But it's just this gradual process. Let's try. Let's try being cheeky. There we go. Oh. Yeah, I think that this is probably what I would do for this, something like this, is I would want to stay on the face, this bit here, until I get the features looking right, which could be like 17 years. I've got no idea. It's flipping hard though. I need to zoom in on the eye. Maybe I should have done that before. Oh yeah, I really should have done that before. Actually, I can see a lot more now. I'm just going to try something. I'm just going to try something using my eye. Because I am recreating something. But let's see if I can just use my eye to mimic what I see. Why are you soft? Oh, yeah, you're not black. thins out a bit here. So it thins a bit there. A bit taller. Bit thicker there. Connects to this part, which is again a bit thinner. And we've got the pupil, black. Yeah, it's so hard to get that eye shading. Let's try another layer for it, maybe that'll help. We've got a bit of control then. So we'll shade this in. Continue the eye like this. And then we'll burn the edges to try and sort of create that rounded look. And then for the eye itself, again, let's go inside. Need some sort of pattern-y thing. So hard. That's the black line work. So then we'll do another layer of this. Get that little wing in there. We're gonna keep doing lots of eyes until I go mad. Thanks, Andrea. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're not getting there. We're not even remotely close to getting there. What am I saying? Yeah, I think I'm just at the point where I don't actually know what to do. Like, this is my eye. I don't know what to do. Well, I need to, first of all, we need to drop said eye in. So let's just fudge over it. Why not? There we go. I can't tell if yeah, let's do that and then put the eye in with the eyebrow. Otherwise, it's just going to look weird. Tilt slightly. Is that an improvement or is that worse? For after. Set the benchmark with the cat. Yeah, that cat was something else. The nose and mouth has definitely come on a good way, and I feel like the skin shading and stuff, that I don't think that would be too hard compared to these flipping eyes. Because if we just cover it, yeah, if we actually cover the eyes up, I'm like, that's progress, Dan. If we cover everything else up, the eyes are just a bit. Where's the lighting coming from? That's a very good question. Yes, it is. Yeah, you're right. It's below, kind of around here, sort of coming up and hitting the chin and the jaw. So there would need to be more lighting there. Maybe the. I'm not convinced about this new eye. That's better. The eyebrow's wrong. The eyebrow needs to go up more. And then that eyebrow. Oh yeah, that eyebrow's that's a mean eyebrow. That one. This one is. This is like a little baby eyebrow. Whoa, that is way off, Danny boy. Flipping heck. Yeah, she got a mean stare. We need to level up the eyebrows in this. So that one's flipping heck. That's going up there. Like whoa, she not happy about something. Oh, there we go. We got some attitude. No, not like that. Let's do a funny eyebrow. Say what? Right, so we've got to start there, go up, and it arcs down here. We should do that on a separate layer, Dan. That's a good idea. Really low to the eye, because then it's like extra frowny. And if it's on a separate layer, it kind of means I can sort of sculpt it a little bit with the eraser tool. Yeah, maybe layers would have been a good idea actually for this. That's that is a bit too raised eyebrow, but then I can bring it down. But I put it on a new layer because I'm being smart now. I'll make it a bit bigger. Oops, let's undo that zoom. Oh, it's still giving me Picasso vibes, but I don't know why. Is it the... Yeah. Got some chin definition there. Something's wrong with the face. Is it because there's not any more hair? Should we... Let's commit to the eyebrow. Let's do a little bit more with the hair. Hey, Pixel. Hey, Mitsuo. You alright? She still looks like a Swede. I think that's because she actually has a lot of hair kind of covering certain parts of the face. This hair. We won't do any strays just yet. I shouldn't have done that one, really. This is the hard part for the hair. When we get to drawing strands, that I can do. I know I can do that. But I don't want to start doing that too soon. Or I could, but do it on another layer. I should have done this on different layers. Why have I been an idiot? We're going to have to get rid of the... Right back. Yeah, I could do. All right, if I do strands now, I will do them on another layer because I don't want to. I feel like strands, some of that is sort of a bit later on. You haven't actually really got any highlights in your hair yet either. I need some music. Oh, I know what I need. Yeah, so this is on a separate layer now. I'm not going to do too many hairs, but just enough where I can actually sort of start to see bits come together. The process for this is going to be, oops, what the hell did I do then? The process is going to be totally all over the place. Not sure what all this is up here. Large clumps of hair, I think. It's getting there. I'm still not fully confident yet, though. This bit here needs to be lighter. You as well. I can brush some shadows in under. I lost a sort of, don't know. It needs to be more feminine. I don't know enough about drawing to differentiate between sort of feminine and masculine features intentionally. That mouth is getting a lot better. Yeah. Let's drop that down. Then I can go in and work the highlights a bit more. That burn is quite handy to just darken the highlights, actually. Catch you later, Racco. Yeah, right. We're going to wrap up in a sec for this session. I'm just going to try something. I'm going to take the eyes of the reference image and drop them on mine and see if that makes a difference. This is going to give me an indication of how well the mouth and the nose are doing. Let's bring them in a bit. Yeah, so that's okay. Let's try the same, but we're gonna leave the eyes and we'll grab the nose and the mouth. Let's just see. God, it's so interesting and difficult. You literally just take the eyes, the exact eyes in the mouth off of the reference one. You plonk it in thinking it's going to make it look brilliant, but actually it doesn't really. Yeah, so maybe, I don't know, maybe it's something else. Maybe I need to crop out the hair and everything. Let's try that. There's on the reference image, there's something not. If I just crop in on that tiny bit. Yeah, even there with it cropped in, it still sort of has those more feminine qualities. But here it just doesn't quite have the same. So I think it's the eyes, the nose, the lips, and then I don't know, maybe part of the jaw and the face. Don't know. Oh dear. Whoops. So hard to know. Oh my goodness. Right, I think my brain is cooked. Oh, I think we'll leave it there for now. Maybe I could go and watch some videos or get some practice in a bit. I think that turned out okay. I feel like it was either going to go one way or the other. So I think that's definitely some progress. But the way my brain is, like, I want to keep going until I get it just looking like good enough, in my opinion, where I can go, oh yeah, that's cool. Even if it's not exact, it's just got to look better. And I think if I just keep learning and refining, then I'm pretty confident I can get it there. It's just going to take a bit of going over multiple times. Oh, oh no, it's not negative. It's just I'm very realistic. Like I am a very sort of realistic person. I'm not one of those people that sort of dress up negativity as realism, but I'm just looking at it as I know myself. I know the standard I'm going to set, and I will want to get there. I will want to do what I need to do to get from A to B. So at the moment, it's like, yep, that's a really good start, but it's just getting the expression right. Once they get that right, um, which might take a few videos actually on how to actually draw faces. I don't know, but yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I think it's difficult when when you're doing something that you don't. You're sort of stepping into uncharted territory as well. It is a little bit kind of like, is this good? But you know what you like yourself. You know what yourself thinks is good and isn't good. But like, yeah, like that's fine. That's a good start. But I would want to. Oh, like yeah, it's like any piece of photo art. Like, you know, after one stream, it always looks rough around the edges. It takes like 8 to 12 hours to get it fully polished, and so far this has had about just over 2.5. So logically, my brain's like, I shouldn't expect it to be anything more. God, it's just so hard, like with the expression in the face, though. It's like knowing what's wrong. I'm looking at it now and I'm like, what do I do? Do I just have to keep drawing eyes forever until they magically get better? Cool. Oh, I've got no idea. I think brushes in that would be very similar in affinity. But for me to attempt something like this, which is like a million miles out of my comfort zone, like I'm sticking with what I know. Like I'm sticking with Photoshop. I love me some Photoshop because it's hard enough as it is. And I've been using this for like, I don't know, 22, 23 years or something. So I think for something especially hard, it makes sense to kind of stick with what I know and play to my strengths a bit more. Yeah, I do wish I'd done it on separate layers a bit more though. Maybe it's the hair. I don't know. Maybe it's actually better than I'm giving it credit for. Maybe I just need a flip and break. It definitely, at the beginning, I'm going to scrub the stream back after. At the very beginning, it looked a lot less feminine. It looked a little bit Picasso. The face was all a bit, and it just didn't quite look right. Whereas, I don't know, maybe now it does. Maybe I just can't see properly. Maybe I need to scrub back through the stream. And in fact, I'll tell you what, I've been recording the screen capture. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it's these micro details, slightly smaller eyes, slightly chin adjustments, emphasizing the foreshortening. Yeah, stuff like that. Maybe it's the little details now. So I call this what am I calling it? We'll just call it painting. Yes, that's mad. God, that's actually mad. Actually, when you go back to the where was it? You go to that. Flipping heck, actually, yeah, okay, fair enough. That is quite a jump. I'll shut up. That is. God, the eye drama. You see, I'm recording all this. We're documenting this for historical purposes. There we go. That to that. Maybe it's because their head looks like a vegetable. Their neck is like the soil, and their head looks like the vegetable, like a swede or something, or a turnip, and they're sprouting. Maybe it's just giving me turnip vibes. That could be it. But to go from that to that, actually, that's fucking insane. That is actually well done, Dan. You've actually done all right there. You're right, Kaya. That's actually all right. That's okay. You've earned yourself a cup of tea, son. Actually, I might get a little mocky ball tonight. Might pour a whiskey or something. Oh goodness! If you're gonna work on the computer, Paul, I would get a pen display, so a Wacom or an XP pen. XP pen's really good, but like a bit less money. Get a biscuit. I need to go and find some biscuits. What was I saying? iPad. I would say iPad's better if you want to get away from your desk more. The way I use the iPad is I sit on the sofa, or I'm mobile. I can go out and about. I want to be mobile. Whereas a big pen display like this thing, I'm sort of holding up, don't know if you can see it. That is like a desk machine. it ain't coming with me to the place or wherever, to a coffee shop. It's just too big and chunky. So that's at least how I make my decision. She has healthy traps. Oh. Right. I'm gonna go and try and find a biscuit, as Kaya said. Oh, thanks for sticking with me and giving me loads of advice and tips. And if anyone does have anything you think would help keep pushing this, making it better, please do post it in the Discord. Video tutorials, portrait stuff, just anything. It'd be super, super helpful. No more yapping about how I can't draw. Well, no, this isn't drawing, is it? This is painting. This is painting. I think it's more if you put me on the spot, because this isn't, remember Kaya, this isn't out of my head. This is me copying a reference, so I can mimic things to an extent. Obviously, this is pushing that. But if you said to me, draw a cat out of my head, well, we all know how that ends. Oh my god, canvas and real paint. No, there's no Command S or undo function. Oh, amazing. Right. What day is it? Where are we? Flipping heck, it's Thursday, isn't it? Cool. Have an amazing weekend and all that stuff. And oh yeah, hang on. We'll do a Christmas stream next week. Because when's Christmas? Thursday? Yeah, we'll do a Christmas stream. I'm sure Poppy will want to dress me up and make me all Christmassy, no doubt. So oh yeah, gonna be fun. I would typically plug the courses at this point, but after this, I don't teach painting. I'm not going to, but I teach photoshopdansky.com if you want to learn other things like design. And oh, I think Poppy's just walked in. Is that you, Pops?
It's me.
Hi, I'm just about to.
I'm soaking wet.
Oh, yay.
Ugh.
You got rained on.
I got poured on.
The clouds love you.
Who loves me?
The clouds.
Oh, yeah.
They rained on you.
They did.
Oh, yeah. What do you reckon to this, Pops? Honest opinion. What do you reckon to that?
That's cool. Ooh.
What about that? You like that?
Yeah, it's very good. I hear music. It's very, very good. Hi, everyone. I'm a bit wet. I'm like a drowned rat.
A drowned rat, I see.
Squeeze.
Yeah. Right. Cool. Have an amazing weekend, and we'll see you later. Bye.